and let me know if that thing helps that you guys got sent.
If you all have any other questions, you're free to ask me. I don't know if I'll be able to answer
Can we?
Yeah.
them. See, what's that? No
Wait.
question? Yeah.
So just, can we, this has to be right, can we just kind of speak about, so first we'll go and try to find the classical number. Then, we have found the classical number, we'll go and try to see there's a modern contract. My problem is, I cannot really see when I'm gonna go and try to see the quasi contract, you know? Like,
When you're going to try to see when it starts?
when I'm gonna go and find the quasi contract. Like,
Yeah. So once you've exhausted, section 90 and moral obligation, we were just talking about, those are kind of, especially moral obligation, 90 comes up quite a bit on the exam. Moral obligation is going to be sort of your last ditch effort under this modern contract period.
And,
Once you've thrown all that against the wall, then usually it's going to be a new problem. It'll say, assume there was no modern contract. Is there any other remedy that could help out whatever the party's name is? Sometimes maybe you
and
could
the
not
quasi
say that.
contracts where I can find in the restatement, what's the one in quasi contract, you know?
For, what do you mean?
Like where I can find like in here about quasi contract, is there like a special?
Well, the restatement is generally thought of as modern, classical doctrines. Most of these are modern doctrines. They'll have the, like, there are some things in there, like section 32 under acceptances and section 60. There's little sections.
Yeah.
The general offer, acceptance, mutual assent, consideration. That's the classical doctrine.
Yeah.
And then you sort of, if one of those fails you, then you'll want to go to modern.
Yeah, I know, but after modern, for the quasi contracts, there's some provisions? Special provision for quasi contracts?
I'm not sure that there's a provision for quasi-contracts. I don't think there is. Maybe somebody else can correct me. I don't think there's a provision for
No, you have
quasi-contracts.
the restatement on Constitution. You have like a special restatement, but
Is there a restatement for quasi?
not for quasi, for restitution, I think. Could it be?
Yes,
Restatement of
I read that last
something
night,
that-
something.
I just read it on the thing.
Yeah. So for the quasi, I think you'll just want to know the elements.
Okay.
And if you're under the UCC,
Mhm.
you'll always want to use 1103B to get to common law. That's something that you need to put on every UCC problem.
What, sorry, again? The UCC when you put?
So if it's a UCC problem, the UCC isn't going to cover everything. It's just because there's no rules about offer, acceptance, and everything in UCC. So you always say in your intro or whatever, this is a sale of goods, therefore it's covered by the UCC. There's no provision in the UCC on X, Y, and Z. So section 1103B of the UCC says that common law supplements the UCC. Basically, what that means is everything in common law applies unless the UCC provision explicitly says otherwise. And you want to put that on your exam. That's definitely worth the point. 1103B, common law.
So, sorry,
Yeah.
just that. I need to proceed that right here. So you see in the UCC, which one you told me were the one with no law?
1103B.
Oh.
So it's over here. Right. 1103B, right here.
Big.
Unless displaced by a particular provision, and this means that the UCC governs the principles of law and equity. That just means common law.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else? I would just suggest, from this point on, I don't know how many classes y'all have, but just do as many of those contract problems in the book as you can, and look over the student answers. That's what I do. I'm in his BE class now, and that's all I do is practice problems. I think that Crespi's classes they're a lot of work, but it's one of those classes I think you can't guarantee yourself an A in any class. But I think you can guarantee yourself a good grade if you do tons of problems and take the time, because there's just nothing else he can throw at you that isn't in those exams. He can change the names of people, slight changes in the fact patterns, but it's all there. I would at first spend as much time on with them as you can. Then, towards the end, if it's getting close to the exam, you don't have time to run through every problem. Maybe make outlines of the answers that you would do. Don't sit down and type up. At least do some of them timed, though. I really suggest that, so you get used to the time constraints. I think that was important for me, and I think if y'all have any questions, feel free to email us. And I will say that Crespi's great about emailing answers back and forth. He probably gets sick of me emailing him. So, yep.